Hey, this is Clark Garrison of Survival Radio Network. We are here at Taurea McGarry's Live Your Legacy Summit here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I have the absolute pleasure of being with one of the panelists, Miss Taurea Avant. How are you?
Hey, Clark, I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
It's always great when I bump into you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And you're always at power events.
Well, you know what? That is, if you want to be around powerful people, you got to be at powerful events, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you're a speaker, you're a motivator, you're an author. You also have a system that I'd love for us to talk about. Can you talk about the system you've developed?
Well, first of all, system stands for Save Yourself Time, Energy, and Money. Now that comes from the world of multi-level marketing, but my system actually stands for Show Your Success to Effective Marketing Mastery. And it's really just a compilation, I guess you can say, of things that I did to build my home-based business. I come from the world of being a computer techie, and I was really introverted. In fact, I am pretty, to myself. A lot of people don't believe it.
Taurea, you're a computer geek?
I am a computer geek.
I never
promise
knew that.
you. I have my bag in there.
Right.
I go everywhere with my gadgets. I mean, look, I got my selfie stick. But I created a system for me, not really knowing that I was building a system, but something that allowed me as the introvert or the person that was a little shy to talk to people, to build two pretty large network marketing companies. And at the beginning of 2014, I had I already had the idea to do it, but I decided that I wanted to step out on faith and really start showing other people. I've had a lot of people who've asked me for help in other groups and organizations. But, in the industry, you don't really want to help too many other people's people just because of, they call it cross-line training and stuff. So I decided at the beginning of 2014 to start my own thing.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, you're always a self-starter.
Absolutely.
And at least as far as the years I've known you, talk a little bit about how you came to be at this event on this panel.
Well, I can't even tell you where I met Taurea, but I met her years ago at this networking event. Okay. And, one of the things I always talk about, especially when it comes to networking, try to find something that you have in common with the person. And the commonality that Taurea and I have is that our names are basically spelled the same. I just have a T.
I almost messed that up at the beginning. You're right.
And people call me Taurea all the time.
Right.
And so when we had that instant connection, it's like we really meshed. And while she's had a totally different journey, she still had a very tough journey. And we connect with each other in that aspect because we understand that in life, you're going to have challenges, but you never see it on her face. And that's what I admire so much about all that she's been able to do. And so since then, she invited me to be a part of her Live Your Legacy Summit, and it was in Florida.
Okay.
And I drove all the way to Orlando. I had just gotten started with my home-based business, and I had a vendor table. And since then, we've stayed connected, and it's just been a blessing. She saw me right at the beginning of that business, and then was able to see the progression and growth, and then offered me an opportunity to be a panelist, which honestly, it's a huge blessing, and I don't take it for granted.
Well, wow. Thank you so much for dropping by our table and hanging out with us. I think the first time I got a chance to interview you, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We gotta do this more often.
Definitely. Well, look, can I do a little plug real quick?
Yeah, please. I was going to say, give them the information.
I'm an author,
Yep.
and I just recently came out with a book called Depression, 7 Ways to Live and Let Go. While I launched my system in 2014, it was also one of the hardest emotional times I've ever had in my life. While, yes, I've lost my mother. I lost my mother to alcoholism, and I lost my father to cancer. He's maybe a really strong woman, God, that is.
Sure.
But last year was probably one of those years where it was like, Lord, what in the heck is going on?
How are you going to make it through?
It was very tough. And this is at the time where I was probably making the most money I've ever made. I was making well over $250,000. But emotionally, I was in a bad place. I just launched, in fact, the book, A Vision to Freedom. And when I launched that book, I thought I would have so much more support than what I did in my home-based business. And unfortunately, I didn't really have the support. And my heart got broken, and I lost a friend to cancer. I lost my grandma as well. And it was just really a tough year. And so at the beginning of this year, it was June, I released a video letting the world know what I was going through, because I would go to these meetings and I would go to these events like this and put on a smile. Yeah. And God was telling me that, it's a lot of people going through that, Taurea, and sometimes they look at you and they say, oh, nothing goes wrong in her life. And like Taurea says, she has no problem with sharing her story. That's one thing I don't ever want people to feel like, oh, you don't understand or you can't relate. No, I can, because I've been going through a lot as well. So I released this video, and it impacted a lot of people, especially my brothers. I had more men reach out, and it was just something where now I've been going on this mission to really talk more about depression. And they say by 2020 it will be the top 3rd cause of death. And I believe depression actually aligns with cancer. It aligns with heart disease. And so it is something I want to speak more about, and let people not to feel the shame of going through it, and know that everybody goes through it. And it's just different people who handle it different ways. And, just reach out to me. So, I'm doing more things. The book has been going great.
Excellent.
And I just look forward to talking more about that and helping to impact more business owners.
And how can they find you?
Well, on social media, all of my social media handles are Vision Avant. So VISION Avant. And then you can go to my website, showyoursuccess.com. Is the easiest way, because most people will mess up the name. It is TaureaAvant.com, but Show Your Success gets you there too.
Excellent. Taurea Avant, thank you so very much. Live Your Life Legacy 2015.